What's up? What's up, everybody? This is yours truly, Robert Ferguson, Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. And yes, I am your nutritionist. I'm a guy who shares because I care, and I really want you to have the opportunity to live your best and healthiest life. Now, I can only help you if you're open to being helped. Some people just don't want to be, they don't. Hear me on this. They do not want to be helped. That's not being mean. That's just being truthful. Now, today we're going to talk about a few things. And I'm going to give a big shout out to two of my clients, two of them that are no longer taking metformin. Cynthia, thank you. That was one of the coolest text messages I can receive. One of our goals was to get off metformin. You trusted in me. You gave me a chance to be your coach. That was the last medication that you wanted to get off of, and you're off of it. I love it. Now, one of my clients, Linda, we got off Jardiance. We got off, started the year saving you $500. But then we're like, let's get off this metformin. And it's early, but you're going to win. You're winning. And also, you know what? I'm going to give one more shout out to one of my clients who went to her doctor. And then they had her go meet with a registered dietitian. They said the complete opposite of what I said. They were ready to put her on all types of medications. But fortunately, I'm coaching her. So Tasha, we got on the phone and I could feel she was like, man, I do not want to go in the direction these people are telling me I'm going. I said, you are not. Hear my words. Trust me, Tasha. I'm your coach. I've been down this road a lot. And thankfully, Tasha, she heard me. And now, in just a few weeks, everything they told her was going to happen did not happen. They told her she was going to need to get on this drug and that drug, and no, we didn't do it. And now look at her. She's winning, and we didn't have to go there. See, here's what I want some of you guys to get. And if it's not you, maybe your family, because I know so many people. I know thousands of people personally, like Facebook, different social media, neighborhood, community. And some of you have parents who are battling with diabetes. Many of them now are dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's. Some of them have gout, and you reached out to them, or you wanted to like say something to them and you didn't, and their situation has progressed. Many of those situations did not have in that direction. It could have been fixed. It could have been reversed. But we sit around and do nothing. Now, I'm not here to scold you. I'm here to celebrate with you. But so many people just keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And that's why, like when I was looking at different companies to potentially partner with that have products, I'm always clear. I say, look, what's going to be your position on food as medicine? Are you going to educate people about nutrition? Not just sell a supplement, but where is the area where you're going to talk about food in real life? They don't care. They don't care because you don't see them take action on it. And I'm bringing that to the table. So when I met with one company and I told them what I wanted to do, and I wanted to know if they were all in on it, they were like giving me an applause. And then they just happened to meet me. So the integrity of their actions said everything. And now here I am partnering with this company that is without question the number one product I have ever witnessed since I've been in this space in 29 years. There is no product that I'm aware of that is sold under the label of a supplement that can come close to it. I mean, I've been on boards with big organizations, multi-billion-dollar companies. I've seen a whole bunch in 29 years. I've worked with tons of celebrities, worked with tons of professional athletes, helped thousands of people, written the books, done the tours, been on the stages, all of that. People show me products all the time. There's companies selling all kind of stuff. And maybe some of it is good. I don't know, because I haven't looked at everything out there. But I'm telling you right now, when it comes to making a difference in someone's life, social impact that can be lasting, wrapped around proper nutrition and coaching for those who want it, nothing compares to what I'm making available to my clients right now. Nothing. Nothing. There is nothing that compares. And I'm not here today to talk about that, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited. Watching people get off medications, watching people lose weight without having to be on some crazy diet, meeting people right where they are and being there and staying true to what I know is real. This is a happy day. It is a happy day. And there's one more client I want to give a shout out to. Then we'll get into it, because I'm going to share with you guys. We're going to talk about recipes today. One of my clients' blood pressure is all over the place. All over the place. Her name is Shirley. And Shirley sends me, and and when I say blood pressure, for those of you who know what the numbers mean, I mean, daily she's 165 over 110, 205, like 120. We're going to the hospital. We're talking borderline and mini strokes. And when she sends me a picture of her blood pressure, it's 115 over 80. You don't think that makes me excited? We're doing work to save lives and to pour back into people so they can have quality of life. Now, you can go make all the money in the world, and that's great. But I'm going to tell you, there's something special about being in a position where you can touch people and you can help them and you can see it. And for the most part, it's all about an exchange of knowledge. It's an exchange of knowledge. And for a lot of people who walk around that look fit and work out all the time, you're going to be surprised, because I have a test that I could put you through. You are nowhere near as healthy as you think you are. Talk about smoke and mirrors. And more will come with that. I'm taking my time, and we'll be talking about it a lot. So if you notice, I haven't mentioned a product name. If you wanted to know, schedule a call with me. You want to get involved, you want to see what's going on, reach out. Today, in addition to all the great news of all these people getting off medications and getting their blood pressure under control with food, let's take a moment and look at what the Journal of American Medical Association has come out with. Now, I haven't read the study in full detail. I just ordered my copy, but I saw the highlights where JAMA, the Journal of American Medical Association, is saying that GLP weight loss drugs, they ain't working. Now, we're not talking about in 3 months and 6 months. We're talking about around a year mark, people are dropping off like flies. Think about it. Even if you lose weight on these drugs, let's say you lose all the weight you want to lose, you don't really feel that good because you lost a lot of muscle. So aside from that, let's say you did certain things to help maintain as much muscle as possible, but you're at your weight. Then the doctors are saying, well, we're going to transition you off of it. Well, we know that you're probably going to gain the weight back. But let's say you go, I'm not going to gain the weight back. Well, when you're no longer feeling the pain, you forget what it felt like to experience the pain. So you think you got it handled, and you'll just be mindful of your food and you get off the drug. And then the weight starts coming back. That's what's happening to a lot of these people. It's interesting. When I think of it, I remember my mom, and I'm not throwing her under the bus, real story. She had to get 3 stents placed in her arteries, right, around her heart. And when she was on that bed recovering, she said things like, I'll never eat deep fried food again. I am going to take care of myself. I'm going to do whatever it takes to be healthy, because she was in pain. You know what I mean? It's like when you wake up one day and you just don't like the way you look. You can't even look at yourself in the mirror. Your clothes don't fit right. You just feel like, God, what did I do to myself? How did I let it get this bad? At that point, you're ready to do something. But once my mom got out of that bed and life went back to normal and she no longer felt the pain, she went back to eating some of that fried food. The same thing's going to happen with the drug. You're on the drug, the weight's off, you don't feel no pain. You're going to eventually go back to your old ways because you never learned how to eat. This is so elementary that our country can't even figure it out. I mean, we have, and many of my clients have, and many of the clients of many of our coaches have, but that's the truth. So when do you want to learn? You know what I mean? Like, when do you want to say, you know what, Robert? Okay, teach me. Teach me. I'm humble. Teach me how to eat. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. We spent years developing what we have and how we help people. So why wouldn't you do that? It just makes sense. Okay. Anyway, you guys, let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. Now, I'm going to talk about recipes right now, just a little bit. But if you have questions or you have suggestions about recipes, I'm all in. Please share it. I'm just going to share some basics. And one of them I shared already. I said, like, when I make like a tuna sandwich, right? I'm not going to use mayo when I make the tuna. Instead of mayo, I use cottage cheese. Now, some of you may say, well, I don't like cottage cheese. You're not even going to know it's cottage cheese because it's basically replacing the mayo, the consistency of that, using cottage cheese. Then you would say, well, I'll just get healthy mayo. Well, it's kind of hard to find healthy mayo. I'm talking about mayo that doesn't have soybean oil in it. Mayonnaise that is not, genetically modified and engineered. And then if you make it, you can't really use extra virgin olive oil because that just doesn't taste good when you use the oil. You need a fat. So then avocado oil, which is a good oil to use, unfortunately, almost all avocado oil is adulterated. Even the ones that say cold pressed on it, it's probably adulterated. You go, what are you talking about? If you do not see the words extra virgin, then it's probably adulterated. Universities have done studies on this. This is not my word. And the government has not moved into strict regulation on avocado oil like it has with extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, the standards are in place. Things must be met. That is not the same with avocado oil, not until 2025. Now, if you're watching this in 2025, I would look it up, reach out. I'm sure I'll have an update on avocado oil. So go to our YouTube channel. You can look it up. I'm sure I've covered it. If it's finally in place as far as the laws. See, if it says cold press, and some of you go get your avocado oil because you're thinking you got extra virgin avocado oil, and you're probably swearing by it even as you're going to get it right now out of the kitchen. But when you bring that avocado oil back in, it's probably going to say cold press or pure oil, everything but extra virgin. So guess what? If you don't see extra virgin, cold presses mean 51% of it is extra virgin, and the rest could be soybean oil. And then you're like, well, I looked at the ingredients. The universities have done the studies. The ingredients may say avocado oil. Well, if it was really legit, it would say extra virgin avocado oil. So many people are hoodwinked and bamboozled. So I want to encourage you to stick primarily to extra virgin olive oil. You don't need all these other oils. And maybe butter. Of course, ghee is a good option. There's other options, and don't get caught up in the smoke temperature. Also, a lot of that is misconstrued. I've shared many times that extra virgin olive oil, when you're cooking with oil, is the most stable, and this is based on toxicology reports, not just from one location, but multiple locations. All say that according to, up against all the other oils, extra virgin olive oil is king. So don't take my word for it. Go look it up or reach out to me. I have all the data I can show you. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, when you think of recipes, what kind of recipe would you guys want that you can enjoy, to give you ideas? You know what I mean? Like ideas to help you like keep food entertaining, keep it moving. I mean, something happened to me today. I found frozen trout that actually tastes really good. I found it at Sprouts, and I've bought it there before, but this is a different brand, and I'll show the brand later. I'm gonna open up one more and cook it and see how it goes. But this morning, I actually cooked trout for breakfast, and it was yummy. And what I do is I'll take like extra virgin olive oil and I'll rub it on top of it, and I'll put like a little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, and then I use garlic powder, and then I pan fry it. And because it's really thin, some of the trout is, I'll start with like three minutes on each side, medium heat. And then at the end, I'll put a little bit of butter and I'll sear it because I like the skin to get crispy. And that's how I made that. And then you can take your veggies of choice, whatever you want. And I did that, sauteing the same pan. And then I had a cup of strawberries, and man, I was happy. And that worked for me. Now I'm gonna share with you what a recipe that I use all the time, especially when I'm rushing, and it's absolutely delicious. Okay, you guys ready for this one? Now, before you knock it, try it. So all you need is a can of tuna. If you don't like tuna, you can get like a can of chicken. If you don't like chicken in the can, you can get salmon in the can. And did you know that the salmon in the can is all wild? Yeah, it's not farm raised. Okay, so once you have your protein in place, you get a yam, a nice yam, and you poke it really good, and then you put it in the microwave. Now remember, you could bake it if you want, if you got a good hour and 20 minutes. But I'm talking about when you come home from lunch or you don't got much time, you want to get something in your belly in 15 minutes. So you take the yam, you put it in the microwave. I put it for like 7-8 minutes. And depending on how soft you want it, you may need to put it back in for a couple more minutes or a minute. And once it comes out, you got the yam, and I split it across and I chop it up really good. Then I take a little bit of butter, put it in there, chop it up really good. Take my tuna, put it on top, spread it all over the yam, right, on a plate. So you got the yam all mushed up. You got a little bit of butter in there, which you don't need, but I put a little bit of butter in there. And then I put the tuna in, chop it up. Then I take a little bit of mustard, spray it on top, a little bit of pepper. Yum. Now, how many people right now are going, nah, that doesn't sound good? I once was on a radio show. I explained it to the radio host. The guy it was his show. He was like, oh, that sounds disgusting. I said, you try it. He tried it. I think 2 days later, he goes, this guy should patent this. I remember he called me. You should patent this recipe. I said, I can't patent that recipe. But that's a simple, quick, fat-burning meal that is very satisfying, easy to make. Everybody can make that. See, I like to cook, and I'm pretty good at it, right? And I know I'm good at it. I mean, I'm really good at cooking. My kids, they always say, Daddy, your food is great, right? Because I like food that tastes good. And if you like food that tastes good, all you got to do is put a little bit of energy into it, and then you own it. And you know what to cook in 5-10 minutes, and you know what to cook if you got 20-30 minutes. When it's Thanksgiving, I'm in there. I mean, I make a mess, let me tell you. But at the end of the day, what I cook is good. It tastes good. That's, you would wonder, why am I still single? Because, if I have a friend come over and I cook a meal for them, they usually don't want to leave. Okay. Because they're like, wait a minute. Did you just cook that? Oh, yeah. Tacos, stir fries. Come on. Now, I'm sharing this with you guys and having fun, that all of us can get better at cooking. It's just a matter of being creative. So one of my goals for this year is to start demonstrating, cool and quick, easy ways to cook food that tastes amazing. And you can do it very fast. And you can do it in a way where the whole family or whoever's eating with you is looking at you going, man, that was good. And once you have those signature dishes, life is great. So I promise to do that. Now, if you guys have something that you want to share that other people could benefit from, please post it. Post it. And I'm going to show you guys a little video here in a second. But let me see. What's up, CC? It's good to see you. Someone said they're going to try it. That means if I can't see their name, if you don't post your name, I can't mention your name. That means you're in one of our private groups. What's up, Jenny? Jenny says, I think some casseroles or crock pot fusion meals would be good. I'm with you. I love my 15 bean. That's a good one, because you don't even have to add any protein to it, but I do. I'll get a smoked turkey leg. That's the only time I buy a smoked turkey leg, is when I make collard greens, and I make some good collard greens from scratch. So the collard greens is your slow carb, and then I add the turkey. That's your protein, and that's a fat burning meal. So there's a lot of ways to make it work, right? Now, one of the reasons why we're in having the problems that we're having with health and all these things is because the food pyramid, when it was introduced, the baby step was 1977, but it was in full swing in 1980. If you go back right around that period of time, we've only gotten sicker and heavier, right? So I talk about fatty liver a lot, right? 1979, not one adult in America or Canada was diagnosed with non-alcoholic fatty liver. In 1979, the pyramid comes out in 1980, and we start seeing non-alcoholic fatty liver. And today, we're almost at half the adults, men and women, have fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver. Diabetes has just gone shoom. Pre-diabetes, shoom. Obesity, shoom. Inflammation, way up. Insulin resistance, where'd that come from? Dry eye, more people have dry eye than ever. Dementia, Alzheimer's. Every year, we're sicker, and every year, we're heavier. All these new diets come out, they come, they leave. Hydroxycut was here, Fen was here, they're gone. Ephedra, right? Remember ephedra? Not long ago, it's gone. Some of these drugs come out, people end up dying, they remove them, they go, oh, we're sorry. Actually, they don't even say they're sorry. What do you think is the same thing keeps happening again and again and again? I get disgusted when I look at where Weight Watchers is today. For all these years, Weight Watchers has been saying, we have the program. A few years ago, Oprah was doing specials on Weight Watchers. This is it. This is it. Finally, I feel like I own it. Okay, now Weight Watchers is not it. Oh, Ozempic, this is it. It just keeps changing. How do you define insanity? When you continue to do the same thing again and again, expecting a different result. There's a large part of the population when it comes to weight loss who are definitely insane. It's crazy. All right, Teresa. Thank you, Teresa, for speaking up. I appreciate that. Okay, let me see here. What is CC? I like when CC's around. Getting ready to try a new crab cake recipe. That's what I'm talking about. You know, there's a TV show, soap opera show. Actually, I have it right behind me. Let me see here. Okay, let me show you. Okay, see this? Days of Our Lives. Days of Our Lives. I got to work with Days of Our Lives because they wanted to come out with a book called Better Living. And they said, we're going to choose Robert as our nutritionist. So I got to meet everybody. Now, the reason why I'm going to bring this out, because Cece brought up crab cakes, is one of the recipes I put in here is a crab cake. I mean, so I got to meet with everybody. It was really a cool experience. But what I did is I took their favorite recipes. We made little bitty tweaks. And I don't even know if you can get this book. You may, but I have all the recipes. Dun, dun, dun. Let me show you. Oh, here we go. The crab cakes, baby. Okay. So, and I apologize. Okay, James Reynolds. You guys know who James Reynolds is? I don't know what his name is on the show, but tell me if you guys recognize him. What is his name on the show? See that? That guy. See that? What is his name on Days of Our Lives? I mean, I don't even know if he's still alive. Okay, but we called it Reynolds crab cake. So Cece, I got the recipe. I mean, yours may be better, but I'll share this with you if you want. You know, I should share with everybody. And we did that with quite a few of the recipes. So yeah, you guys know I've been doing this stuff for years. I'm not a newbie. Far from it. That's why I love meeting people who are like, you know, like they discover a new religion and they can't wait to tell everybody. And I meet these people and they just talk 100 miles an hour telling me, eat this, eat that, and they have no idea. I have seen it all. Well, I wouldn't say it all because I hadn't seen Ozempic until Ozempic became Ozempic, right? So we're going to continuously learn new things, see new things, and who knows, maybe they're going to come out with something that makes sense. I don't know. Carver. So his name is Gabe. Okay. Gabe Carver. Yes. So if you love that show, I met them all. I got to spend time with all of them. Even the one lady who was the host of The Biggest Loser. And everybody was very nice. The producers are very nice. I mean, they treated me really, really, really good. Actually, you know what? There was one person that I'm not going to mention her name, but I was like, I would never want to talk to that woman again. Now you can take a guess on who that is and I'll let you know. But anyway, all right. So if you guys have a couple more minutes, can I just share a little bit of what we're going to do next Tuesday? So next Tuesday, Hammer Girl, Lisa Marie and I are going to have a show. We're going to talk about the pyramid. See, I'm a big believer that it's important for us to know from whence we come. See, if you don't know the past or how things happen in the past, then those things continue to repeat themselves. So I just want to play I'm just going to play 5 minutes. I'll play 3 minutes of it. And it's a really cool video. And we're going to do a walk through it. And as a result of doing that, I believe everyone's going to have a better understanding of how we got to where we are and why things are so messed up. And for those who understand the Diet for Your Life methodology and the things that we do, you're going to have a renewed appreciation for what we do. And next week, I'm going to be talking about this oil that is the #1 best supplement I've ever seen. I'm serious. Like you've never heard me talk like this. Never. Because this is the real deal. And it's going to help. It is helping people. And it's going to help people. So I'm taking on the role of a major big time ambassador in the United States and Canada. And one of my jobs is to get the word out and get people to know about this because the price is right. It helps people almost immediately. And it's something that not one doctor will disagree with me. Every doctor, every dietitian, even the ones that are talking crazy and don't know what the hell they're talking about, they all will agree with what we're making available to the public without question. And if someone sees it, you can't unsee it. And they decide, no, that's not, then there may be they may have some mental health challenges. And I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm serious. That's how apparent it is. Apparent. So let me play a little bit of this video and then I'll wrap it up.
Something big here, and it affects all of you. It's the food pyramid, which turns out is a pyramid scheme.
The average American now carries 23 extra pounds.
Heart disease and stroke will claim the lives of 460,000 American women.
Prostate cancer is now the most common cancer in American men.
Diabetes.
Life-threatening diabetes.
Since 1975, the percentage of Americans who have type 2 diabetes has more than tripled.
Clearly, the Western diet is taking a toll. This should serve as a wake-up call. We have a growing problem, and the ones who are growing are us.
The food pyramid is one giant scam. See, back in the 1970s, before the food pyramid was a thing, the USDA needed to create the next food guide to release to the population. So they hired a few experts. But unfortunately, one of those experts they hired was a woman named Louise Light. And Louise Light wasn't bought out by Big Food. She actually cared about nutrition, and she would soon pose a problem. Louise Light went right to work, proposing a new food guide that was actually pretty decent. It included 5 to 9 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables each day. It encouraged protein foods like meat and eggs. Instead of shaming natural fats, it encouraged things like 4 daily tablespoons of cold-pressed fats like olive oil, while really limiting sugar and refined grains like processed bread, crackers, and cutting out candy and junk food altogether. So, as you can see, all pretty reasonable stuff. Louise Light and her team proudly submitted the new guidelines to the USDA, but they rejected it. And instead, they released a modified version that was so perverted, it was almost unrecognizable from the original. Instead of just 2 to 3 servings of grains a day, now it told Americans to eat 6 to 11 servings. That's up to 13 slices of bread a day, or almost an entire box of sugary cereal. And yes, these recommended grains included incredibly healthy American sliced bread, crackers, and of course, we can't forget about the breakfast of champions, cereal.
And I'll stop right there. Did you notice the picture of all those Americans riding their bikes? Not one person was overweight. The recommendations that Louise put out that they rejected didn't help all the companies wanting to sell all of the junk. So they have these things called lobbyists that went to work and says, oh no, we can't have people eating all that. So at that point they said, she's saying eat eggs. Nah, eggs are bad. Eggs, they have a lot of cholesterol. They cause high cholesterol. What do we know today? Eating cholesterol plays no role in your cholesterol. That was proven to be true in 2015. The American Heart Association, the American Diabetes Association, they took note because they lost. They had to admit it, but they didn't tell you about it. There's still a lot of people right now probably listening to me share all this that think if you eat cholesterol, it will cause your cholesterol to go up. That's not true. It's now been proven, even the government. And so what the American Heart Association did was they changed everything on their website, but they didn't let anybody know. They just kind of did it under the table. They didn't do a press release and say, hey, let's let everyone know that we made a mistake going back, 60 years. We were wrong. They didn't tell anybody. It's all about the money. That's why if we don't take control of our health, who's going to do it? It's crazy, man. This is a crazy world that we live in when it comes to our health. Anyway, I came on, I just wanted to share a little bit. And if you guys had any questions, I was like, you know what? I'll answer any questions. Any questions for me about weight loss? Want my opinion on anything? Want to challenge me on anything? Any thoughts, suggestions? At the top of this share today, I gave big shout out to two of my clients who are now off metformin. I mean, we've gotten hundreds of people just in the last 3 years off metformin, and they were told they would be on it for the rest of their life. We've gotten hundreds of people off blood pressure medication, and they were told they would be on it for the rest of their life. We've gotten hundreds of people off statins for cholesterol, and they were told they would be taking those things for the rest of their life. We've proven that what we do works. But some people just buy into the lie because the doctor said it. They believe the doctor. Do this, take this cholesterol drug because we don't want you having a heart attack or stroke. And then fear gets you. And you're only falling prey to fear is because you're ignorant. You're just not informed on the truth. And I get that. That's why we make sure everything is backed up as far as evidence. We can substantiate everything. Everything. And in doing so, I'm able to keep working with Fortune 100 companies and keep doing the things that I'm doing. So anyway, it's good to see you, CC. I'm glad you are doing just fine. You should reach out to me if you want to learn about this product that I'm endorsing because it is the real deal. And I'll be doing some real detailed talks about it very, very, very soon. Right now, we just have a lot of people getting amazing results. And as these results continue to stack up, then I'm going to come out and like a bang and just really put it out there in a big way. And then this fall, I'll be doing a lot of TV appearances and I'll be talking about it. So I'll be back in the media this fall, which is going to be fun. And then we'll be doing a whole bunch more stuff in the social media world. So anyway, I'm Robert Ferguson, you guys. We got this. I'll be with you at one point tomorrow, which is called Fat Loss Friday. And then I'm sure I hope to catch you on Saturday at one point. And then, of course, at one point on Sunday. But again, I'm Robert Ferguson. I share because I care. You can look at under the description. We have links there if you want to schedule a free consultation. You want to learn more. And at the very least, get our free newsletter so that whenever we come out with a new recipe or we share something of importance that can help you, you'll be notified. And then you can take a look at it at your convenience. All right. So until the next one, peace.